Welcome to East Coast Elk Reviews. Today, we got another episode of Rate That Beer. This is episode 5. So I'd like to appreciate the panel for hopping on here with me, rating a beer. I'd like to introduce BC Beer Reviews, always on this side. Thanks for hopping on, man. Miscellaneous Brew Reviews.
Cheers.
And Bumpy Road Brewery. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out. All right. We don't have any, no comments yet. That's fine. So, so I guess we'll start off with BC. So basically, BC, just present your beer. I think you told me you already got it poured up, so that's cool, man.
Yeah, I've already got it poured up.
I'll pull you up on the big screen.
This is what I've got tonight. I've got Centennial Hops IPA by Founders. Okay, all right, there we go. Yep, Centennial Hops IPA, and I'm taking this 7.2 APV. Yep, and a 55 IB by these guys. And to give you an idea of what this looks like in the glass already, this is what it looks like. A hazy, I don't know, I want to say like light copper color to it. So, I mean, this is pretty good. I'm enjoying this one. So, yeah, this is good. I'm enjoying this. So, yeah.
Cool, man. I believe I've had that one before. Founders makes good stuff. All right.
Nice.
Cool. Awesome, man. So, guess we'll pull up Miscellaneous now. Miscellaneous can present what he's got for us today.
All right. Where are these people from? Doesn't say. Does it? Sure doesn't. All right. I got from the brewery, the bakery series. This is their banana nut muffin. Oh, Logitech, you dirty. All right. Well, 8.1% imperial stout with banana, walnut, and natural vanilla flavors. Can date. It's packaged on 1/21/22, so just over a month old. Yeah. Wish I probably could have pulled this out a little earlier. I lost track of time. So, yeah, nice, dark. It's kind of murky color pouring on the stream. Yeah, very chocolatey looking. One finger deep. It's a nice cocoa colored head.
Oh, that's looking pretty good.
That looks good.
So, yeah, I know. Where's the brewery, man? They're in California, aren't they, or somewhere like that? Bumpy.
I think so. I've never had anything from them, so.
All right. Maybe next time.
Sounds about right.
I'll find out. You can go ahead and go, and I'll figure out where it is.
All right, cheers, man.
On the can.
All right, now we'll pull up Bumpy Road Brewery.
All right. So this brewery is from Portland, Maine. It says so on the can. Battery Steel Brewing, and this one is just simply a triple IPA. 12-ounce can comes in at 10.5% ABV.
Cheers, Paul.
Canned on October 9th, 2021. So, yeah, what's that, like 4 months old at this time? Let's see if this is starting to turn into something else, like a barley wine. All right. I've never had this one before either, so I wouldn't even know it would taste like super fresh. Get that.
Got a clean label. I like the label.
Oh yeah, simple.
Yeah, looks good.
Boom, boom. It's got a nice white head to it. Ooh, wow, lots of aromas coming off this thing already from afar, so that's good. Nice fruity notes. Very hazy, and it's got that deep yellow coloration. All right.
Looks good, Bumpy.
Got to figure out what that aroma is.
Yeah.
It's fruity.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
All right, so I'll pull myself up. So today, I got another. What do you guess, Miss Lance? Proclamation Ale Company. This is their penultimate unicorn. It's a triple IPA. It says 10% alcohol by volume. It says, enjoy our mini Voltron, a combination of our first 3 derivatives. 3 full mashes shoved into one batch and crushed with a triple dry hop wombo combo. First, a gut punch of Galaxy, then a growing kick of Citra, and finally, a super sick finishing move of Mosaic. Will you crush the unicorn or will it crush you? So, yeah, these guys are out of Warwick, Rhode Island. If you want to check them out, you can go to proclamationaleco.com. It says drink fresh, unfiltered, and may contain sediment. Date on the can. It says 1 corn. This is really fresh. This is 2/25/2022. So this was literally brewed yesterday. This was canned yesterday.
Wow. That's awesome as hell.
So I think the website's got a little bit more of a description. I'll just read that off quick. It says our first triple dry hop, triple IPA combines our first 3 derivatives, Galaxy, Citra, and Mosaic. It slams your taste buds with notes of mango, cantaloupe, and papaya. The depth of fruit flavor bellies an assertive, balanced, and pleasantly bitter backbone that herbaceously beckons you to take another sip. That was a tongue twister. Availability says rare. And I was looking on Beer Advocate. I believe this was first released in 2017. So, Paulo says Galaxy Citra Mosaic is trifecta for sure, man. So, yeah, I'm going to crack this open. Got my Streets glass. Check out the appearance of this one. So, this is the first time I've ever had this. So, this is new to me. Let's check it out. Let's go for the pour.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's got some viscousy. Trying to kind of tell it's a little bit thicker. Definitely really hazy. Can't see through it at all, actually. It's a nice hazy orange. Kind of like it's almost got a little tint of brown to it, so orange. The camera doesn't really do it justice. So see, it looks a little bit more golden, but in my opinion, it definitely looks like more of a darker orange color to it. So, ooh, that smells like a lot of hop resin and fruity and tropical flavors. So, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
BC's got his camera off. I guess we'll pull up miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, you were next, right?
Yeah.
After him. Okay, so we'll pull up miscellaneous, and miscellaneous can do a little bit of a review.
Yeah,
Or
so they are out of Cali. Place of Plancetia or something like that. Yeah. Anyways, head has died down to this tiny little ring. Got the tiniest throw of lacing on the, like I said, very, very dark brown. It's almost got like a chocolatey, milk chocolatey type of look. You know what I mean? When you pour them and they're not just like jet black, but they're not like root beer brown. It's because they're a little murky, hazy. Murky's probably the better word than hazy with a stout. Yeah, on the nose, you definitely get like ripe. It smells like ripe banana, and it doesn't smell like runts or Laffy Taffy. It smells like real banana. There's a nice sweet breadiness to it. Definitely picking up on the nutty, that walnut aroma. I'm pleasantly surprised to say that it does smell like a banana nut muffin or like a fresh loaf of banana bread. So I guess there's a very subtle vanilla, I guess, on the adjunct. 8.1 does not smell too boozy. Looks rich, decadent. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Good.
It's medium body, leaning towards the more towards the full side than the lower. Low carbonation on it, very low. banana. There's almost like a cinnamon. There's like a spice type of note in there. Walnut, I don't know if the flavor. I guess you get a bit of like a nuttiness on the flavor. Walnuts are a little like kind of like buttery when you eat them. Vanilla's there, and it does. It tastes like a banana nut muffin. Very, very like mild, moderate bitterness at the tail end. It's like almost not even there. There's a slight like earthy hop at the end, but I wouldn't say it's like very distinct. You'd have to be looking for it. Decadent stout, 8.1, not too boozy. It's kind of like right in the sweet spot for some of these adjunct stouts. It's pretty good. Price was decent on it. It was fresh. Yeah, if you're into, like I said, banana bread or banana nut muffin, this is definitely right up that alley flavor wise. The brewery does a good job with the bakery series, so not bad. I'm impressed. I might think about picking some more of that up.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah. Well, cheers, guys. Welcome in, Ronnie.
Cheers, bro.
Miscellaneous. What's up, guys?
So, we'll acknowledge Ronnie S. Thank you, Ronnie S. for stopping by, hanging out, man. You want to present a beer really quick? So, pretty much what we do is just show what you got, give some facts off of it, maybe where it's from, and pour it up, and yeah, just present it to everyone, and then we'll bounce back to BC, and BC can do his review.
Okay.
So,
That sounds cool.
all right, man. So I'll pull you up on the big screen. Thanks for stopping by, Ronnie.
All right. So I got a regular old beer, the Miller Highlife.
The classic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, classic. That's I like it, man.
Yeah, I've got no
It's not a
complaints with that
go-to,
beer.
but it's one that
Good beer.
I'll drink. You know, it's cheap. So I picked this up today. I picked up a 6-pack for like I think it was like $6 at Walmart. So the price is right with this one. Pour that up.
The champagne of beers.
Champagne and beers. It's been around for a long time. I believe from watching Ron Terrio's videos, it was like started sometime in the 1800s. I think in 1903 they changed the name to Miller High Life, and now that's been what it's called since then. It used to have some really cool commercials back in like the 50s when it was I guess it was a fancier beer. The champagne moniker of it. But now it's just a cheap beer. But it's a good beer. Looks it's very clear. So it's pretty clean.
Cheers, Josh.
It's got a nice head on it there. Pretty close knit bubbles. Should I just pour it up or like how far are we going on this?
Yeah, that's good. And then next time around, you could do a little review.
Okay.
And last time we'll do a rating and shout outs. So you got a decent panel here today. Definitely like to appreciate all you guys stopping by, hanging out. So yeah, we'll pull up BC now. BC could do a little review or a big review on the beer he's got. So cheers, BC.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy BC. Well, like I said, I'm doing Centennial Hops IPA by Founders. So I've already got mine in the cup, already poured, and it's already halfway gone, and I don't crack both beer can.
Going for round 2, huh?
Go. Okay, it's looking nice. From what I can tell, we're getting a nice head on here. Getting about 2 fingers worth of head on here. And this is what we're working with today. Kind of a copper color to the IPA that I'm working with. Can't see through it, which is fine. I'm not seeing no carbonation, which is also fine. I mean, with some of these beers, you're not going to see that, which I've got no problem with. And I mean, generally, I do bellows and water or any other, and rarely do I do founders. Well, I won't get into backstory, but anybody that's been in the beer community kind of knows why with what's going on with founders. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. But this one looks really good. I mean, look at it. It looks good. And the Centennial hops that they're using. I mean, it's a simple beer. It's good. And head on here, you're getting mostly small bubble formation on the head to medium formation bubbles on here, which is awesome. You're getting that Centennial hops, you're getting that grassiness, pininess off of it. And it's a 7.2 APV and I want to say a 65 IBU, but hold on. Yeah, 65 IBU on this here. So, check me out on the taste and whatnot on the next time around.
What
Oh,
is
no,
the
no.
beer again, BC?
Yeah, you can do the review now, BC.
Oh, review it now? Okay.
Sorry about that, brother. I should have been a little clear.
Well, okay. Well, let's go in for the taste and whatnot.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
You're definitely getting them Centennial hops on here. And it is dry. I mean, it's a dry beer. I mean, if you're into that dry type of beer as this is the beer for you. And I do not mind a dry beer like this. And I mean, anybody that's watched like my videos or reviews on other beer review channels, I do not mind a dry beer. I really don't. And this is one of them where it's a dry beer when you're drinking it. And I mean, I'm getting nothing lingering on the tongue, which is awesome. So, and I gotta say, from Founders, this is probably one of their, dare I should say, um, simple beers to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's not much going on, but there's um, Centennial hops. It's dry. It's good, and this time of year, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all whatsoever. And now I hate to say it, but I don't have much dealing with Founders, even though I live in the same state as Founders and um, Bell's Beers and Atwater Brewery Company, which I like to say that's as far as them three companies go, I refer to them as the big three. And you know, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. So, um, yeah, that just reconfirmed that it's a dry beer, nothing lingering in the tongue, good mouthfeel. And this is one of their I like to say simpler beers, as I like to say it. Maybe they have beers that are more complex, more than this, but this is probably hitting their ideal audience as far as IPAs go. And I'm thoroughly enjoying this one. I really am. So, um, cheers.
Cheers, man. Glad you like it.
Yeah, that's one of the ones they sell in like the bigger packs down here because you don't usually like what is it? I think they do like 15
Yeah.
packs. A lot of the you don't usually see
what
that.
was the beer
they have
again?
that one. The
Centennial IPA by
that's the
Founders.
Centennial IPA. Like they have the solid gold, and then they have the Mosaic Promise that they do in the 15 packs.
Yeah, see, now I'm not as hip to Founders as I am the Bells and Atwater. So, I mean,
I'm totally
you
jealous
guys
of
are
the
more
you get the bells, dude. I'm
more
trying to get Larry's
knowledgeable than
last
me
still.
right now, even though I live in the same state. I mean, I
No worries. I totally understand where you're coming
you
from.
know, I hate to say it. I mean, I kind of left Founders alone, and I'm just talking here. A lot of
No
it,
worries.
it's because of the. I'm just gonna say it because of the racial thing that they've had going on with their company. I don't touch Founders that much on my channel, but that doesn't distract from products that they produce. They produce some good products, if not amazing products, like Founders. So, I mean, if anybody out there that's looked at my channel, it's like, okay, well, he has enough Founders in quite some time. Well, I mean, that's why,
Understandable.
because of the whole
I respect
thing
that.
that's going on with Founders. So that's why.
They make some good
But
stouts. I know, right? Crazy
yeah,
good.
yeah. So, I mean, anybody that's watched my channel, I'm doing bells, Atwater, and everything else. So, I mean, as far as this company goes, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
Founders
Yeah,
it's from Michigan
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
right? They're from your home state.
I can barely hear you guys. I swear to God, I barely hear you guys.
Get the
Is
headset.
Founders from Michigan, miscellaneous?
Yes.
Yeah,
Grand
Founders
Rapids.
are in Michigan. I think they're in Battle Creek,
Grand
Michigan.
Rapids.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they have 2 locations up there. I don't know where the second one is for sure.
Well, I know they have their main their main brewery in Battle Creek, and they have a tap room in Detroit.
Yeah.
And the tap room I know they have in Detroit. So, I mean, it's one of them things where it's ironic, and you know, I mean, they're on the western side of the state, and I'm on the eastern side of the state. So it's kind of like Bell's Beers, where they're in Comstock, Michigan, which is again on the western side of the state, and I'm on the eastern side of the state.
Yeah.
Now, at Water Brewery Company, as far as I can tell, is on the eastern side of the state, which is in Detroit, and I'm south of Detroit. So I've got them on my or in this part of Michigan. So yeah.
No, that's why I put myself up here because I had Bumpy, and literally Bumpy's head was the duck's head. All right, well,
we all start. You gotta start somewhere.
Appreciate you hanging out with us, man. All right, so I'm gonna toss up Bumpy, and Bumpy can do a review on the beer he's got today. So go for it, Bumpy. Cheers, brother.
All right. Well, man, they do have battery in their name, so hopefully they didn't beat up
Battery Steel. I heard of them.
So Battery and Steel, they're triple IPA. The aromas. It's got kind of an upfront, especially after I've been smelling it for so long, really started to notice a sweet, bready maltiness up front. There is a lot of the citrus note. It's kind of like an orange citrus, some peach notes in there, a bit of guava. There's a bit of this kind of, I kind of say resinous. It's got this kind of nostril burn type spiciness to it on the finish. So maybe resinous, maybe a pine, but I haven't tasted. I have not tasted it yet. So we're about to get into that because I wanted palate shock. All right, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Looks good.
Yeah, it does look good.
This is a pretty thick, full body IPA. So with that said, it's kind of got a soft mouth feel to it. Carbonation, it's pretty low. Actually, carbonation's pretty low. All right, I gotta try to talk about some flavors here. So, all right, yeah, bit of a bready maltiness. I am picking up on some alcohol notes. Yeah, kind of that citrusy orange, a little bit like grapefruit.
Oh, shit.
Touch of guava. Peach, not so much on the flavors like it was in the aroma. Then this one has a pretty harsh, bittering finish to it. It's bitter as hell, and it's not pleasant.
You don't like it?
No, this is my second beer I've had from them, and I haven't cared for either one. So,
is it green, Bumpy? You getting that green hot burn a little bit?
No, it's like
it's
just a harsh bitterness. It mixes in. I just belched, and it even brings up more of the alcohol flavors and mixes with that bitterness that just lingers on.
Goes good with heartburn.
Yeah, even the mouthfeel on this one's not that pleasant because it's not carbonated enough. So it's like it's like drinking like a hard alcoholic beverage that's mixed with slight amount of fruit juices maybe or something, but extremely bitter on the
like
finish.
Nectary malt liquor type thing.
Yeah, with too much alcohol. It almost has that
What is
like
the ABV?
alcohol flavor to it. It's not hidden. Surprisingly, it's not super warming. I don't know how that's happening with how much. Maybe it's just the amount of bitterness is just enhancing that kind of alcohol note. I don't know. Not really pleased with this one though.
Would you say it was 11%, Bumpy?
10.5.
10.5. Okay.
Fair bit.
That sip was a little better. Maybe my palate's becoming a little bit more accustomed to it. But yeah,
Going warm from the hub.
Yeah, so
it definitely has more pleasant aromas than it does flavor notes for me.
Maybe
a little bit. I think a little bit of like a grassy graininess as well, kind of mixing in there, kind of towards the finish, coming out of the malt. So, but yeah, I'll keep drinking on this and see if anything changes as I drink on it. Like it is 4 months old, so it's still should be within its freshness state.
Yeah, I'll say mine's a bit of month old.
Yeah,
it's still bitter as hell.
The more you drink it, the more you might like it, Bumpy.
Yeah, like I said, I'll keep drinking on it. If I come up with any more flavors, and I'll be thinking of a score too. I think I'm going to look this one up as well, just to see what other people may have thought of it. Because at this point, I'm not digging it. I mean,
it looked really good. That's unfortunate. It looked really good, and the description on the aroma was good.
Yeah, I mean, the carbonation is so low, and it's such a thick. This is a thick IPA mouthfeel. This is almost like drinking a
thick boy
pastry stout.
Damn.
The carbonation to boot.
What's the
Well,
what's
it
the
still
date
gets
again?
you drunk. Could be worse.
You got a
What's
date
that?
on your hand? What was the date?
10/17, I think, something like that. 2021. 10/19.
Should be fresh.
Yeah, this is like 4 months
5
old.
months.
They should be within its. Most of the time they'll give pretty much any beer at least 6 months. But
Any
Triples
beers 6
sometimes
months?
calm down a little bit. Usually, like mine, I'm a little afraid that mine's going to be a little too green because it's so fresh. So
Yeah.
sometimes when you get to like 3 or 4, they calm down a little bit. But the beer's not good. The beer's not good. If you don't like it, you don't like it. So
yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna drink on and
cool, Bubby. Cheers, brother.
it's,
All right. Yes, I'll let you go before me. So
I think Ron. Did you go, Ronnie? You went?
Yeah, I already
I
went.
don't think you described you went and tasted and all that.
no,
No,
he
he
didn't do
hasn't
it.
tasted
He
it
just
yet.
presented. Yeah, he just presented.
I think I went, didn't I?
No, you went.
Yeah,
BC
you
went,
went.
and then Bumpy went, and I was gonna let Ronnie go before me.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right.
Go, Ronnie, go.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ronnie, go.
All right. So
About the other one.
the beer, the Miller High Life, is a cheap beer, but it has a warm spot in my heart because
I love that. That's a good beer.
Yeah.
as
Great. It
I
always
never, I
throws great
never
lacing.
drank it as I was growing up, you know. But as I got older and I had my first apartment and stuff like that, and I had bills to pay and things, I would go to the supermarket and I would look for the cheaper beers. And Miller High Life was always like I could get it for like $7.99, sometimes I guess like $8.99. I don't remember exactly the prices, but for a 12 pack, this was back like 10 years ago or so. And so I would always just go for the cheap beers at that time. And I would get the Miller High Life, and it was a solid beer, and it tasted good. Get a 12 pack, drink them, with friends, sit out on the porch and drink, and just hang out, watch the stars for a cheap price. It was relatively, nice. So Miller High Life to me always brings back memories of when I was in my like early 20s, around there, when I just started when I first started to have bills and like things like that, and I first started to watch my spending habits. And so I said, all right, I'm not gonna buy Corona, I'm not gonna buy Heineken, I'll buy this instead. And and it was good.
It's like
So
half the price.
it always has that little, part in my heart. And then I kind of learned later on that it has a lot of history behind it. As I said, I watched Ron Terrio's, reviews of it and stuff like that. And so like it goes back to the 1840s or something like that. And I think in 1903 they changed the name to Miller High Life, and it's been like the same thing ever since then. They had some crazy commercials, but in like the 40s and the 50s, and then like I don't know what happened since then. I guess I don't know. I mean, who cares? It's a good beer. I mean, look at it. It's clear. It's a very clear beer,
I've had my
right?
fair share of Miller High Life too.
And it tastes good. So like this is like my fourth one or fifth one of the night. I'm feeling
Yeah.
good.
There you go.
It's a very good
I
beer,
can't
man.
tell you
And,
how many
and
times I've had Miller.
I really appreciate you having me on the show, East Coast. I
Yeah, no
think this is the
problem, man.
first time
Any,
first time I've been here.
anytime.
So
Anytime you want to stop by and hang out, you're welcome.
yeah, I like being a part of the
Except
fun.
next time.
No.
So Bumpy doesn't want me here next time. Okay.
That was he's
Nah,
joking.
it's cool, man. Yeah, I appreciate everything, man. Like, you're a cool guy too, man. It seems like you're up and coming with the your shows and stuff,
Thank you.
doing a lot of
Appreciate
things.
that. Appreciate
And
that, man.
yeah, yeah,
I like
Cool
that
stuff,
beer
man.
too
So,
because
anyway,
it never
cheers.
skunks.
Cheers, all you guys.
Drinkability's great.
Cheers,
Price
man.
is right. I'd drink that over
What
Budweiser
did
any
you
day of the week.
What'd you say, Miss
Cheers.
Lannis?
I said that's a good beer for what it is. You
No,
never
it
get a
is.
skunk. You never get a skunky one.
Yeah.
It's very moderately priced. I like I said, I'd drink that over Budweiser any day.
The hops in it.
I don't like Budweiser.
The hops they use.
I don't really like
I was
drinking
a Budweiser baby, and I'm not a huge fan of it anymore.
With the hops they use, isn't it like technically like prone to getting skunky from the hops that they use?
No, they have. I think it's what it is they use a different hop that doesn't go bad with the clear bottle, like Heineken.
Okay.
And Heineken's actually gotten a lot better. Their quality, to be honest
Heineken
with
has
you.
gotten a lot better. Yeah.
It's not. I don't really get the skunk anymore, but sometimes I miss it.
Even Corona has.
I don't
gotten
mind
better.
this.
I remember
They got
Corona.
rid of Pepe
You
Le
used to
Pew.
be able. You would get a skunk Corona every now and then. I barely ever see it these days.
That'd be a good beer for beer man. Pepe Le Pew adjunct lager. Put it in a green bottle. All right, cheers, brother. I'm gonna throw myself up, and yeah, thanks for being here, man. All right, so for people who I know it's been a little bit, and for Ronnie S, he didn't see because he was a little bit later, hopped on a little bit later. I got the penultimate unicorn triple IPA. It is 10%. So on the aroma, it definitely kind of has that vegetable-y, green, like danky, earthy hop resin, peach, pineapple, like lemony citrus, mango as well, white bread. Smells really good, smells really fresh, and should smell fresh considering it's canned yesterday. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheerio.
Moment of truth, boys.
Ooh, that's got that malt liquor burn. Woo! It's got that malt liquor green burn. Maybe because it's first sip. One sec. Full body, definitely full body. Definitely like creamy mouthfeel. Carbonation's a little light, in my opinion. Breadiness in the background. Sweetness up front. Honey, like so kind of like a honey-like sweetness. As far as like tropical flavors, pineapple, maybe like even like a pear or an apple, so you're getting some fruity flavors as well. I can see peach. A little bit more of like an orange citrusy on the palate, whereas like the aroma was a little bit more lemony. Mango, some grapefruit, a nice earthy, sort of astringent, lingering hop bitterness to it. But yeah, definitely a juice bomb up front. Very citrusy on the back end. The tropical flavor up front doesn't overpower the citrus. And it's like tropical, then citrus. Sometimes you have like juicy New England IPAs, and the tropical flavor kind of lingers throughout, and it overpowers the citrus. And I like that this is kind of a little bit more balanced. The booziness is starting to give a little bit of a chest burn, but it's starting to calm down a little bit more. And definitely really bready. I'd say pineapple, peach. I think they said cantaloupe and papaya, but I don't really see papaya. Maybe like a little bit of like a melony note. Yeah, probably like cantaloupe. Cantaloupe and pineapple are actually like my favorite fruits. So if you get like if you go to Stop and Shop, well, that's like Publix miscellaneous. You get like the cut up fruit, and I always look for the ones that have more pineapple and more cantaloupe. So, but yeah, it's good. It's a little. I will say it is a little green. I think maybe like if it sat for like a month, that booziness, that kind of malt liquor esque burn might die down a little bit. The tropical fruity flavors might stand out a little bit more. There's that carbonation. I said it was light. Now I'm like, whoo, it's good. I do enjoy it, but like I said, this was kind of like the other triple I had by them that was really fresh. Um, it's a little overpowering on the booziness. You can totally tell you're drinking a 10% IPA. It's good. Like I said, the tropical flavor doesn't necessarily overpower the citrus, which I kind of like sometimes. A nice balance in the beer. The mouthfeel is great. It's got like a creamy mouthfeel. The breadiness in the background really rounds out the beer. Like I said, it's the sweetness. So Cyclops scale. This is it's like I said, it's got a really long, lingering, astringent finish. So I'd say like 4.5 out of 5 hop cones. Probably like 2.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. So that's the Cyclops scale. So I'm sure maybe Ronnie S has heard, or maybe you guys as well. But I know he was just talking about Ron Terrio. Ron Terrio uses the Cyclops scale. I like to use that a lot because it gives a good insight on the beer itself. But yeah, I'll next time around come up with a rating for this one. I'll keep sipping on it. Maybe maybe as
Cyclops
I
is
a little bit more.
the
What's up, man?
sugar. Cyclops is the sugar, right? Or is that
Sugar
the hop
cubes,
scale?
hop cones, and sugar cubes is the Cyclops scale. So it's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
1 out of 5 sugar cubes, one out of 5 hop
Yeah.
cones.
Yeah. I've heard him use that before.
Yeah, yeah. He for the most part, he says that in almost every beer review, as far as I know. But yeah. So next time around, I'll come up with a rating. I'll keep sipping on it. Maybe that little bit of that boozy green burn might start to mellow out as I sip on it more, and maybe the fruity and tropical flavors might start to overpower, and I'll get a little bit more out of the fruity and tropical flavors from the hops. So yeah, cool. I believe we're gonna go with miscellaneous was for BC. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
that was
All right,
good.
so yeah, BC. We'll throw out BC. So BC, you can throw up a rating for the beer you got and any shout outs you would like to say. So
Well, as far as the beer that I'm drinking today, I do a 10-point system, and I'm gonna go with a 9.5 or a 95 out of 100, depending on your viewpoint.
Damn.
yeah,
And
you can
this
rate
is
it
a
any way
good,
you want.
solid beer. I mean, this is
That's
a
a good
really
score.
good, solid beer that I'm having. Given that it's dry and they're using Centennial hops, okay, awesome, great. I enjoy it. And, I enjoy this as far as shout outs go. Um, yeah, I hate to say it, but I've been taking a break from doing beer reviews for the last 2 weeks. Uh, it's one of them things where, for the last 2 years, that's all I've been doing on my channel is beer reviews, beer reviews, beer reviews, so on and so forth. So I take a break, which I'm still on a break now. I mean, I don't mind doing uh, beer reviews on channels like this and so on and so forth. So, anybody that's wondering why I haven't posted anything, because I haven't felt like doing anything on my channel. So, the last one I did was the was it chocolate milk mint stout on my channel by Guinness, and that was it. And that was
Bumpy
like
liked
two
that
weeks
one.
ago.
I think Bumpy said that
So,
was.
probably within the next week or two, probably look for me on my channel for the next 2 weeks doing a beer review, which ain't too far fetched. And generally, I do Wednesdays and Saturdays on my channel. Okay, that's my 2 days that I review beers when I do review beers. But again, I've been taking a break. So, I mean,
We all need to take a break
reviews like
sometimes,
this,
right?
fine, no big deal.
Oh yeah,
I'll
for
come
sure,
on
dude.
my reviews,
Yeah, you're
which
always welcome
ain't
to hang out.
often,
BC.
and this is one of them times where I do a review. So here's to you, and this one I actually am digging, and I appreciate. So again, like a 95 or a 9.50, depending on your rating scale. And I'm thoroughly digging this beer. So yeah, that's it out
Cheers,
of
man.
me.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.
As far as I recall, I believe I like that one as well. So. Awesome. All right, miscellaneous. I believe you're next.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. I'll pull you up.
So yeah, just a couple finishing notes on this. The more it did warm up, it did get a little bit more robust. You could smell the roasted malts. Flavor's still there. A little bit more chocolate came to light. That banana and that walnut kind of settled down a little bit. Yeah, from the brewery. Not bad. I mean, yeah. This is pretty good. I'd say if you're into banana bread or banana nut muffin, something like that, this is definitely would be up your alley. 8.1. I mean, it's really not boozy. The drinkability is great on it. It's not bitter. It's not overly sweet either. It's not too decadent, too rich. The mouthfeel, like I said, it's got a medium leaning towards full, but it still kind of has it's got a silky smoothness to it, but it's not like sticky, not super viscous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not bad. Score wise on this, like I said, this might vary from person to person because I don't mind banana nut bread, but it's not something I eat all the time. Very good though. The banana notes were true. Didn't have that artificial flavor to it, and picked up the walnut. So I'll put it at a 94. It's good. It's not as high a ABV as some of their bakery series stuff, but this is good. So the flavors are there. They're on point. Doesn't taste phony. You know, nobody wants you get banana something and then it tastes like banana Laffy Taffy and you're like, or banana runts and you're like, oh, this is terrible. Like that's the experience I had with that high wire, that 10W whatever, that banana stout I had. It was like Banana Fosters or something. It was not good. So yeah, 94 for me. Shout out wise, Thursday night beer show will be next Thursday. I think I'm gonna kick it and keep it laid back this time, and I'm gonna rock another power hour.
There you go.
So bring some cheap light beer. Start pounding triple IPAs because it's not the game we're there to play. We're just gonna kick it. We're gonna listen to music, shoot the shit for about an hour or so, and then yeah, since it flew last time, wasn't any hem ups with that. Everything was good. So yeah, just get the panel involved and the community. Just have a chill hangout sesh. Sounds good to me.
You say you're doing
Other
a
than that,
panel
check out
next
Huh?
Thursday? You say you're doing
Do
a
what?
panel Thursday?
Yeah, we're gonna do a power hour. It's a little drinking game. I'm gonna put some music up on the screen. We're gonna hang out, and every minute you take a shot of beer, and we do that for 60 minutes. Like I said, you can show up. You don't have to make yourself sick, but the theme of the show is to just hang out and get in there. I understand that could be a lot for some people. Don't bring craft beer.
So you can bring any kind of beer you want.
Don't drink beer that's like straight orange juice during it, and then drink other beers on top of it.
That 1.3% or whatever you had. That. Yeah. So Stout Sundays with John and Ellie and Michael Kormaroff will be 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Go check them out. Beer Man as well on Beer and Cheese Tuesday this week. All you have to do is bring a Germanic beer.
Germanic.
That's it. Pretty simple. Any cheese will fly. I like your style is Wednesday at 6. And
what's the What does he want you to bring for that?
Germanic beers.
What for? I like your style.
Oh no, for you. For the beer and cheese.
I like your style. I
German
kind of
beers.
forget the. He showed something kind of vague again. Oh, wild. Anything wild.
Oh, yeah,
Wild
where the wild
theme.
things are, yeah.
Yeah. So you could bring like wild ales, sours that have like what is it? The Pidio, the Saccharomyces. They got another one. Starts with P. Wild ales or something with some wild can art to the effect of. I don't know. You can go back and check out the end of his show last week. Check
So
the
basically,
last
like a
wild ale
a
saisons.
wild ale.
You
Yeah.
could get a sour, any sour that is
A sour is considered
on
a
the
wild ale.
on the wild side.
Yeah.
I mean, like open fermentation,
Okay.
wild. It's something, yeah. To have like wild yeast in it, like you would, like I said, American wild ale, a saison. They have regular sours that they sour with the same same cultures, just not wild. They'll keep it in a like you know what I mean. They know they're infecting it.
Lambics are considered a wild, so
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Lambics, Creek.
I think Lindemans does lambics, right?
Yeah.
Lindemans. I think that's where I got that Lindemans glass I have. Was the it was like a peach, raspberry, and a
There's a
strawberry
lot of
one.
styles out there. What is that? Headlights right there? What's going on outside?
They're coming for you.
You better be ready.
when it goes down, you better be ready.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
Cheers,
Tanner.
man.
Yeah,
Of course, Miss Lance. You're always welcome.
Good beer. I'd buy it again. I don't know. I'd send it out, but I wouldn't be like, this is the best one in the pack.
Is it a Florida beer?
No, it's out of California. It's from the brewery. We get some of their stuff. Mostly here, you'll see Funk with it. There's some bombers.
I've had that. I've had the Funk with it. That was good.
I have had. I think they made an horchata. It usually comes around Christmas.
I've had the Funk with it. It was a good beer.
That would fly for, I think, Beer Man show.
Yeah. It was like a sour one. Yeah.
All right, cool, man. Cheers, brother. All right, I believe Bumpy is next.
Yeah.
Go, Bumpy, go.
I've been sipping on this beer for a little bit longer now. It's gotten a little bit better. I did look it up. All the hops that they use are hops that are not on my hop chart, so I couldn't just do a quick look to see what flavors those hops give off. But they do say that it's supposed to be strawberry, melon. Not getting either one of those. Pineapple and grapefruit were the notes that they were kind of going for. So those 4 notes, I started picking up on the pineapple after I read pineapple. I'm like, yeah, I can see the pineapple. So that was probably more of the, what I was saying, it was kind of guava-like. I think it was more of the pineapple. And it's still too thick of a body with not enough carbonation. It still has that alcoholic flavor to it. The harsh bitterness at least has gone away. I think my palate's kind of become accustomed to the harshness of the bitterness at this point. So that's kind of gone away. So I will bump my score up from where it was going to be. I'll give this beer an 85 out of 100. They scored it quite highly on Untapped. They were giving this a 4.17 out of 5.
What was your score before you had it? Before you adjusted it?
Yeah, I was down like around an 82, 83. So just up a few, but it still is too much.
So what made you change the score?
Well, because the harshness mostly from the bitterness has kind of gone down a little bit. Like I say, I can still taste the alcohol note. And kind of pinpointing now on that pineapple. It's like, okay, there is pineapple in it. So looking at picking out 2 of the 4 flavors that they're saying that are in this beer, it's, all right.
Cut the
hops. I mean, melon and strawberry, I am not picking that up, but it doesn't mean other people can't. It also doesn't mean that you're not going to get other flavor notes out of it either. So, but yeah, I think that's a fair score on my end. So basically, this is a beer I probably wouldn't pick up again.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I had a feeling when I saw your
Yeah.
reaction.
it's not like disgusting as I gotta go drain pour this, but it's
So it's
And
a
then
bumpy,
I guess shout
a
outs.
bumpy no go.
No, bumpy no go. Battery steel. Yeah, shout outs. Got my 50-point inspection videos. I put them out on Wednesdays and Fridays. I currently have no beers in the lineup, so I'll be drinking sometime before Wednesday. Recording myself drinking a beer anyways. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. Then I have my live stream on Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called New Brew. Just bring a beer that you've never had before to join up on panel. Panel members, if you can come up with a question, please bring questions. If you're in the chat as well, you can throw out a question that you'd like the panel to answer. And there's a good possibility I'll probably grab that question up as long as it's a decent question. So,
What kind of questions do you want? Like from like a panel
be
member?
It can be anything. I mean, I've gone as far as having people draw a picture of what the beer kind of makes them feel like. So,
I remember that episode.
Yeah.
I've done like, why did you pick up the beer? You know,
So the
was
question
it like the
doesn't have
flashy
to
can
pertain
art
to
of the
the
beer?
beer that you have.
Does this remind you of your problem childhood? No, I haven't asked that question yet, but maybe.
I believe when you asked that question, I said, "This beer makes me feel like I'm Santa Claus on a roof."
Santa Claus on a roof. It was a pretty shitty drawing too.
It was
Like
pretty bad.
uncensored questions.
They come up at random. The chat will ask them if somebody on panel's got a question.
What kind of questions?
I don't
do you
have
ask
like a random
personally?
question asking thing. And I typically don't think of questions before time because I just can't think of anything. So a lot of times it's spontaneous. It's just based off like what's going on during the show,
Okay.
what beers people are bringing. If I start noticing like there's a strange theme with like the can art or something, I might start thinking like, oh, something can arty or something. But yeah.
You know what would be cool?
Alex's Food Friday.
I was gonna say, you know, it'd be cool if you had like people leave comments on your old New Brew videos, and then you put it on like a wheel, and you like spun the wheel, and then whatever the wheel landed on, like you could use that question. That would be pretty cool. That would be
people have to leave questions in the comments.
That'd be too involved.
Yeah,
I think you get some feedback though. I'm sure people will leave some questions after the.
I was trying to have people leave me like comments on my videos, like when I do a homebrew, to have them tell me what type of style they'd want me to brew next. And nobody would answer. Nobody would leave any. So I'd be like,
Bumpy,
okay,
this is different.
Work.
This is fun.
So, yeah. But yeah, Alex's Food Friday, Friday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is anything that is dippable. So like chips and dip, veggies and dip. You
like
can do
dip shit.
You can do hummus. You could probably do chicken nuggets and ketchup because you can dip it in the ketchup. Dippable things.
I don't think that would pass, Ronnie.
What did Ronnie say?
He said dip shit.
He got me out.
Dip shit.
That'd be great if Alex actually had that as his name.
I can see Alex saying that. As long as you don't bring dip shit.
Let's eat dip shit.
Oh, Lord. All right, Bubby.
Sweet.
Got any
Thanks for
more
having me on.
Yeah, no problem, man. Cool.
I'll finish this off and go grab a beer that I probably enjoy a bit more.
Ronnie, did you rate your beer yet? No, right?
I didn't rate it.
Okay. All right, I'll throw you up next.
So my rating for the Miller Highlife final rating is a 88.
That's not bad.
It's a really good beer. It's a great beer, great bargain price. If it was more expensive, it would be a lesser of a rating. Actually, I'm gonna up the rating to a 92 because I was just thinking because of the price. If it was a lesser, if it was a more expensive price, it'll be a lesser rating. But it's a very good price. So when I rate the beer, I like to consider the price. But I mean, besides that, it is a solid ass beer. Um, and there's not much bad things you can say about it. You know, I don't think there is.
It's a good anytime beer.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's good anytime, for sure.
Like you could wake up like Saturday with like slight hangover and have one of those, and you probably would
You
feel
could,
better.
yeah.
All right, man. You got shout outs for other people
Shout outs.
or
I don't
yourself?
think
You shout
anybody
yourself out?
mentioned. I don't think anybody mentioned the Wednesday shout out. So you got Ron Ontario does 7:30. I think it's a carnival themed. Beside like carnival slash wild card beer reviews, and then Eric what his YouTube name is Thomas Metal 75 does wild card Wednesdays every Wednesday at the same time. So then you can bring any kind of alcohol that you want. It doesn't have to be a beer or like whatever, as long as it has alcohol in it. So that's the same time, right? Wednesday.
7:30. That
And
one.
then yeah, I guess everybody mentioned the other ones.
Cool, man.
Yes, 7:30 Wednesday. Yeah.
Nice.
And then LQ. What is your schedule? You do something on Thursday, right?
Yes, we do the brewery reviews. I'll go over it when I'm up. Did BC he did his shout outs and stuff? Oh yeah, I think he went first,
I
right?
think he was the first one. Yeah.
Oh, you can I'll shout out a square table there. You can find STD podcasts on any pap smear.
Oh, and then also
Hot seat will up at 9 Thursday.
there's the new guys
Banging Beer podcast.
Banging Beers. Yeah. Banging Beers podcast. That's on Sundays, right?
Believe so.
Banging Beers. The guy's name is Anthony. He's cool.
Yeah, I met Anthony. He's a cool dude.
I think it's like I think it's 11 or 12 o'clock on Sundays.
That's morning
Yeah,
or night.
a.m.
Morning.
One
Okay.
time, Last Beer was on there
Yeah, Josh was on.
a couple of weeks ago.
For ice beers, no less.
All right, cheers, brother. So I guess I'll throw myself up there. All right, so the beer, I will say it definitely has on the palate and the aroma. I want to say it's got like a caramel honey sweetness to it. And as far as like the booziness on the aroma, the sweetness and the fruits and the tropical flavor definitely do a good job covering up the booziness. And like I said, the tropical flavor is really good. It smells juicy. It's kind of got that vegetable-y, green, earthy hop resin aroma, along with like the pineapple and peach on the palate. Yeah, definitely the caramel's really standing out to me now. I'm getting a lot of that. When you sip on this, so if you take big sips, that booziness is going to be very apparent. When you take smaller sips, of course, this is definitely like a sipping beer because that booziness is almost completely drowned out by the sweetness from like a caramel honey like sweetness. I think pineapple, peach, pear, cantaloupe are the big flavors up front, and then it's like lemon and grapefruit, earthy, astringent, hop resin. And yeah, I think now I'm sipping on it a little bit more. And like I said, I'm taking smaller sips. The booziness isn't really as strong as it was with the initial impression. I do enjoy their triples. I will say I like Proclamation stuff. I really love their beers. As you guys know, I bring a lot of that stuff to shows and I do reviews on my own channel. I think I don't want to talk bad about them, but I think their triples sometimes are a little bit green and a little bit boozy. But I'm usually trying these really fresh, so I don't want to say that that's how they always are. I think maybe with like a little bit of time, they'll envelop a little bit more, and that booziness will kind of die out a little bit more. As far as mouthfeel was great. It did have like a light to medium carbonation. I like a lot of carbonation. I'll give it like I'll say 95. I think it's worth it. It was $22 for a 4-pack, but I think I got 3 of them. So it was right around like, excuse me, 16.50s because they go by single cans. They don't really go by 4-pack price. They just go by single can price. So it's $5.50 for a single can. So definitely on the pricier side, right around along like Drecker beers and other half. I know a lot of that stuff run around like 22 for 4-pack. I will say they're doing a good job competing. It's always nice to see something like this where you have a local brewery that does make some really great stuff and you can get a lot of that stuff fresh. I will say, I think, in my opinion, from what I've tried, as far as like freshness, I do believe that I like the doubles a little bit more because, like I said, the triples tend to be really boozy and green. But like I said, that's not to say that maybe like a month or a month and a half later, it'll kind of calm down. But yeah, 95 for the beer. Shout outs for me. So I got what Ronnie S was saying. I do Thursday night brewer reviews. I still haven't even thought of something. I got to come up with a brewery.
Stone.
We could do Stone. You want to?
It's just an easy one. I think everybody gets Stone.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll do Stone. That's a good one. Thanks, Bumpy. I appreciate that. So yeah, so next week, Bumpy's been giving me all of them. You know, I think the last three.
One of them I didn't give.
Okay, well, I think that was like the first time.
That was Beer Man.
Beer Man,
Sierra Nevada one. Yeah.
Oh, we
guys
got
getting your mix packs and stuff.
we got John Pierre in the building.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing?
What's going on, man? We're just doing shout outs. Why, you got a beer that you wanted to review quick?
Not really. I'm just I posted on Alcohol Legs. I got Woodford Reserve right now.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So nothing special about it. I just I was helping my uncle move some stuff around, and we ate and talked and just moved to a new place over in Fairburn, Georgia. So gave him a hand. I said I'll help him out, and so I said, "All right, I'm out. I love you. Later." Him and his wife and the kids. So a little Woodford Reserve to kind of put me in a good place. So
I hear you. That's a good one. I think is that the bourbon?
Yes, it is the Kentucky Straight. Yeah, the Kentucky Straight bourbon whiskey.
Miscellaneous had that the other day, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, he was. I think. Yeah, he was. Yeah, we were both there when that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. So ain't much going on, and I figured let me come and say hello, everybody.
That's cool, man.
What's
Yeah,
up,
no
Jean
worries.
Pierre?
Yeah, next
Doing good.
hop
Doing
on.
good.
So like I said, so Bumpy gave me the great idea for Rogue. So we do Rogue. It'll be 5 p.m. Thursday is when we're gonna do that. So it's brew review. We
5
already,
p.m. Thursday Eastern time, and
did Rogue. Sorry, Stone Brewery. All right.
I'll say more. Okay.
So
I think I could get a couple of Stone beers, but I think maybe 2 I can get. I think it's the Stone IPA and the Stone Enjoy by whatever IPA.
they got a lot
Those
of
are the only 2.
stovepipe cans that I've seen. I've seen a decent amount of stovepipe cans by them. The 19.2 ounce ones.
Right.
I think I can get the Keystone.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Keystone?
Stone face.
But you
So, yeah,
can't
that's
get, you can't
5
get
p.m.
Keystone Ice anymore. Can't get that. That's discontinued.
Yeah, whatever that's left over, some of the stores, they're trying to get rid of it as quick as they can. But yeah,
no more,
unfortunately, Keystone Ice,
I can't find it anywhere, man.
Keystone Ice, Milwaukee's Best Premium, Miller High Life Light, which I thought was better than Miller High Life in my personal opinion. But yeah, it's all about streamlining. And now I don't know if the rumor is true out there. I was asking Jay the other day if it's true. Are they going to discontinue AB InBev, discontinue King Cobra?
Mm-hmm.
Hope not.
They are?
Getting rid of what?
Ronald told me that
Are they discontinuing King Cobra?
I asked him before, and he
The
said
first
yes.
time I heard of that. That's unfortunate. I like King Cobra. That was one of the.
He did say that in an earlier hangout that King Cobra was going to be discontinued.
Wow. Unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's all right. Let's hope everybody's okay who's coughing.
Peace. Yeah, hope you're all right there, bro.
Yeah. So with King Cobra,
we're done with King Cobra, man. It's like generations
it's unfortunate
of history, man.
Yeah. I grew up, when I first started drinking beer in 1996. Some say maybe a little bit earlier than that, but that's beside the point. But anyway, when I started drinking beer, when I became legal, King Cobra was pretty much everywhere up in New Jersey, and it's unfortunate it's being discontinued. But I guess everything's all about streamlining, and we already have other high gravity beers, but AB InBev only has two, and that's King Cobra and Hurricane.
I mean,
and
honestly,
Hurricane,
honestly, John,
but
who it's like King Cobra, bro. Tell you the truth, nobody really drinks that.
Yeah, and most of those beers are not in are not in sold in mass quantities like some of the other beers that AB InBev sells, like Busch Light, Natural Light, Natural Ice, Bud Ice.
The bad neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
That's not true.
It is true.
They sell malt liquor at gas stations everywhere.
Sell malt liquor,
I could go to Boca Raton right now and fucking go get malt liquor in like a rich neighborhood.
But can you get a King Cobra there? Can you get a King Cobra?
The area where my uncle stays at in Fairburn, Georgia, is a really nice area. I was surprised. They had KC in there, and I cannot see KC in my area, which is surprising. But there was a lot of King Cobra I saw there, and
scarce, man. Like down here, it used to be everywhere, and now it's kind of getting far and few between.
But kind of how things is,
or no 40-ounce low. That screws us too.
Yeah, that's true. The Florida 40-ounce low fucks shit up.
So I'm just gonna finish my shout outs, and then maybe Jean-Pierre Beverage Ramble's got some shout outs for himself. Maybe he wants to talk about some beer reviews, some upcoming beer reviews.
Really not much coming up with me. I sent something in the chat to John Anili. I don't know. I know Jay's not going to do it tomorrow because he has some commitment, but I was asking if they're going to do Stout Sunday tomorrow. So if not, I don't know. I still got time to go run and get a stout right now. I mean, the stores don't close until like 11:30 here in Georgia, and so 11:45, excuse me, in Georgia. And then I mean, the cutoff sales of alcohol is at 11:45. So it's only 9:17 right now here. So, but I'm good. If it's not doing it, then fine. I get to sleep in tomorrow and won't have to worry about Stout Sunday. So
you don't know until John wakes up whether or not he's
exactly. So wherever John is, either his place or his girlfriend's place, wherever. So
every week, is he gonna do it or not?
Yeah.
Does he have to go to the lake? Is he sick?
So as far as other than the brewery review Thursday 5 p.m. Stone. Other than that, open panel, bring a Stone beer, rate the Stone beer, rate the brewery, depending on how many people. Well, so what we'll do is, right, so say there's 6 people, you rate it, I rate it, he rates it, and then we average it out, and that'll be a rating for the brewery. Saturday, 8 p.m., we'll be doing another Rate That Beer, open panel, bring beer. It doesn't have to be new. It could be something that you've had before, same as the brewery review. You bring something you've had before. Maybe it's a beer that you like by Stone, like you said, the Stone IPA. Doesn't have to be you don't have to try it the first time. Maybe you just want to talk about it. So you can do that. And Rate That Beer is the same way. You don't have to bring a new beer. It could be something that you've had before. Like Ronnie S. said he's had the Miller Highlife multiple times. He was a fan of it, and that's cool. Bring a beer that you want to talk about and you enjoy. And like you said, maybe there's other things about it that you really like. The fact that you said it's affordable, and it's always been a beer that you've been able to go back to, and it's each time it's consistent. So yeah, and then as far as that, I got some reviews coming out soon, and also I just like to acknowledge John Anelli actually just picked up some Proclamation. Go check out his channel, and I'd like to see what he thinks about the Proclamation beer. So I'm excited to go hear what he has to say about them. Also, Alex Beer Reviews with Dan and Mike. Go check them out. Cool guys. And recently, I just added a community tab. I have to get Jean-Pierre down there. Ronnie, do you do reviews on, or do you just live stream, hang out stuff? Do you have your own channel?
Yeah, I just hop on sometimes for the live
Okay,
stream.
all right. So yeah, I have. So if you go to my channel, there's a community thing, and that's pretty much everybody that hops on the live streams and that I've been hanging out with. I like to show love and support for all the people that show me love and support. Whiskey Encore, he doesn't do beer, but he does whiskey. He's also a really cool guy, so go check him out. Tuesdays around 11 to 12, he does a live pub whiskey hangout. But I'm sure if you brought a beer or something, as long as you're respectful, and that's pretty much the thing with all of us. As long as you're respectful and don't necessarily talk over people, I'm sure everybody would like to have you on the panel with them. So yeah, like to say shout out to the people in chat. Square Table Degenerates podcast. Miscellaneous was in there chopping it up as well. Last Beer Josh, go check him out. He's actually in that community tab. I believe he did a live stream beer review about a couple weeks ago. Check him out as well. Paulo Beats, I know he goes live every once in a while. Go check out Paulo. He's a cool dude. And yeah, there's Cheech. First comment of the night. There's Cheech. So go check out Cheech. Like I said, his channel is Whiskey Encore. And I think I'm going to wrap this one up. An hour, 20 minutes, probably the longest one that we've had so far. We're going to hang out off air. I'd like to thank the panel. BC Beer Reviews. I know he's got his camera off, but thank you for stopping by. It's my first time hanging out with BC. Really do appreciate you coming by. Miscellaneous, as always. Appreciate you coming on here, man. Thank you. Thanks for the shout out the other day, by the way, on your channel. I do appreciate it.
No problem.
Bumpy Road Brewery. Pretty much almost every live stream I've been on, I'm pretty sure Bumpy's been there as well. Go check these guys out. They do some awesome beer reviews. They do some cool live streams, and just cool people to hang around. Great beer community. Ronnie S., thank you for stopping by, brother. Appreciate you doing the review as well. Jean-Pierre,
Thank you, man. Thank you very
No
much.
problem, my friend.
just talking, hanging out with us while we cut it off. And yeah, I'll sign us out. If there's anything else that you guys like to see on my channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more good videos. Liquor Beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers. Cheers, panel.
All right.
Cheers.
See ya.